From the home of many a title run and one of the NFL's most successful franchises, you're looking live at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Straight ahead, it's an AFC intra-conference contest between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. Weather's starting to get a bit colder, but playoff hopes burning bright as ever for most of our teams as we get underway here in Week 12. And he gets crushed by a big hit. Oh, man. Right at the 25 to end it. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Bronco 80. Hey, master.
Blown back gets the handoff. Well, maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Went the wrong way on first down, Brock. Here comes 2nd and 12.
68.
Back to throw now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it's good for a New York first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Get it. Panthers 60. Panthers.
On first down, they'll run. Breaks a tackle. He's still going. This is going to take him up and across midfield there at the opposing 45. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Jets first down.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play action pass to come.
Pressure coming, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with the sack.
He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down. Went for that big shot. They wanted to get that highlight the first time they touched the football.
Now, this group likes to be aggressive, and early incompletion's not going to deter them. Sharpshooters, they don't stop shooting threes because of one brick, and they won't stop pushing this ball down the field either.
70.
3rd and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. He's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first.
Ready.
Plowing up the middle. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
Takes the handoff. Now to throw. This one will not connect. That's incomplete. They are testing this coverage on the opening drive, but it's holding up so far. 3rd down. And I'm just going to assume, Brock, we're going to see a more aggressive defense here after the amount of points these guys gave up last week.
Yeah, that performance was not up to standard, but this looks a whole lot more like it attacking the pass. Not just playing the defense, but go knock the ball away.
He beams one deep right side. And got his man. Touchdown, New York. The Jets finish up an excellent opening series. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep, yep, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Brings in the kick at the 9. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
New England bringing the offense to the line. First and 10.
Switch, yellow. Set, ready.
Here's the handoff. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
1-yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 28-yard line.
Set.
Off the play fake. He'll throw. Brought in right side. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
To number 89.
I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Disappointing way to begin this one as he is stopped for no gain, and 3 plays in, Brock, they're already facing 4th down.
Loss of a yard.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Timeout taken by the Patriots. They're first to 3. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend.
Okay, ready?
Down a score and taking a big risk on their own side here. They're lining up to try for this.
Ready. Red 50, green. Ready?
Here's the snap on 4th. He finds it beyond the marker. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation when you go for it on 4th down, it may mean sometimes thrown into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guy a shot to make a play. And against really long odds, he came up with a big-time catch.
Catch is made down the right sideline. And this play is nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. Now their opening drive certainly going according to plan, Brock. It's a new set of downs at the 27. There's a dive up the middle. He did well to shake off one tackle partner, but the next one got him. He's going to lose yards.
He was taken down.
The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you can put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Throwing it on second down. 9-yard line. And it'll be first and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Might be able to start their game with a score here, Brock. This is first and goal.
Here we go, set. 60 red. 60 red. Striker, 3-3.
From the red zone on first. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So now it'll be second and goal. So his first blemish, Brock, after that perfect 4-for-4 start. And wouldn't expect one incompletion, though, to stop him from leaning on him this opening drive.
No, I don't think so. And I think more than anything, you see the defense kind of ball can hit the ground on this side.
That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Now from back at the 7. Here's third and goal.
52 blaster. Let's go. Ready.
He's going to throw it. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now it's decision time on 4th and goal.
Okay, you know I talk to you all the time about these money downs and 3rd downs and the plan you got to have. It's kind of like a manufacturing plant. You've got to manufacture open looks. That time, the plant was closed. They were able to answer a score with a score. Maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
The Patriots kick team out there as they send it away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That's 16 on the pickup. And it's good for a New York 1st down. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
Let's go now.
Working on 1st down. Ooh, that one's nearly intercepted. The defense read that one perfectly. A poor choice to make that throw. 2nd down coming up.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30.
That's good for a Jets 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So we're through 1 quarter of this AFC East contest. The Jets with an early lead. More from Gillette Stadium in just a minute. Time for the 2nd quarter of play. It's Jets football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Pass play now. And no look there. That throw falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Ball still on that 29-yard line as they come up to it. 2nd and 10. They're going to try and throw it here. Dumped off to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm, and I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Ready?
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Come on. Cut my team. Fastball 80. 18, 5 years.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And that's a win for the pass rush. As he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and incomplete.
Inside of field goal range, but the kicker ain't moving. They're going for this. They're going to throw for it on 4th. Escapes the pocket. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up for the 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll try and punch it in. He will take it in. Touchdown, New York. The Jets now lead by 10. it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that can score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Come on, set, hut.
Airing it out to start this drive. That's caught. Tucker Kraft. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Tucker Kraft.
Come on, 38.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Second down, looking for options. And he hauls in the interception. And the Jets get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Worked through his progression, nobody available, and by the time he checked it down to the back, oh, you could almost see it coming. A defender there to intercept it.
Because those defenders have clocks, too. I mean, we get so enamored talking about a quarterback's clock. The defenders do as well, and they know when that quarterback's holding the ball, likely a check down is coming. That is just smart defensive play.
They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
It is just so hard, Kate, to get these chunk, explosive runs. But what it does now is it especially sets the table in prime scoring position.
And they will score. Touchdown, New York. The Jets pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Now we're going to have a timeout by New England. It's 2nd. Here's Slye to try the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Jets push their lead to 18.
Patriots 3.
On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. Has this at the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Set, hut. Yellow, smash, red. Set, hut.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Gets everything he has under this one. Big game downfield. And he has it into the red zone as he reaches that 20-yard line.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Ready?
Working inside the red zone. Has it down close. And he's going to be dropped with a big hit at the end of that. But the effort still sets him up with a 1st and goal.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Ready, hut, hut.
Going ground on 1st and goal. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Needle, 33, yellow, ready.
2nd and goal, they're going to throw. And he is into the end zone for a New England touchdown. The Patriots fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. That one right down the middle. And the Patriots make it an 11-point ball game.
21. Patriots 10.
The Patriots kick team out there as they send it away. Returning it from the 4. Good work so far. He's got room. And he showed some nice bursts on that run back, didn't he? Getting them all the way out to their own 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
They go play action on first down. And he put everything he's got behind it. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
The give here on second. And some nice running there gets him 8. Third down coming up.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Catch made underneath by the back. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Jets first down.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
First down, play action. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
So it's going to be second and about 4 on the other side of this 2-minute warning. More from Gillette after this. Offensive line, this is second and 4.
Let's go now.
They'll go play action. Completed left side to Smith. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Offense is set. First and 10.
Here we go. COVID-19.
Low back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
60 Eagles. Go.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
That's the beauty of mixing up your play calling like a great boxer. You never throw the same punch. Throw some unique looks. That jet sweep, highly effective at moving the chains.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10.
Come on. 19 tight. 60 vices.
From the red zone now. Forced out to his right. And they take this in for the score. The Jets boat racing them to the halftime locker room.
With that score, this is now a time where this defense is going to get on that sideline, look at each other and say, hey, we got to play this quarterback a whole lot more honest because he is doing damage with his legs.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jets push their lead to 18. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. Returnable from the 1. And they get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive.
Here we go, set. Black, drill, green. Black, ultra. Set.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And they're on him quickly there after that catch, so the game's going to be to the 34-yard line. Now the Patriots calling their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
First and 10 at the
On the double.
34-yard
So they'll head up
line.
here, first and 10 from the 34.
Here we go. You, yellow. 60 red. Ready?
Back to throw. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
Intended for number 80.
Well, no look on his first look of the game. So it's second down coming up.
Second and 10.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Ball still on that 34-yard line, second and 10.
Ready, ready. Blue, 32. 6, mega. Hut.
Look to throw. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be third down.
He was covered by
Well, he already has
Patrick
himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two, two becomes three, and one,
And they send him out of bounds as he gets this to the opposing 45. So here comes the kick team for what will be a very long attempt. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. He goes right corner pocket there, but does get it to go through from deep. And that lowers the deficit to 15.
and with those 3 points, you just dig yourself out of a little bit of a hole. You know, coming out of halftime, you've got to firmly be in comeback mode.
His return starts at the 5. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. Return starts at the 9. Showing a little burst so far. So they're going to begin from the 36 as he's brought down.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you, the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. And that's exactly what they did.
Escapes out to the left. No one open on that play, so he's going to chuck this to another county.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
That one's caught along the left sideline. He's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. They got 21 yards on the play, and the Patriots will have a first down. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Watch out now. 50 clearance. Let's set.
They'll run here on first down. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards.
He's tackled at the 40.
Dose of the hurry up here.
A 3-yard pickup.
Red, yellow.
Brings up second and 7.
Looking in the air here. It is cut left side. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. So 20 yards on that play. And that's a New England first down.
You know, Kate, years ago, my old high school receiver and I got together for a football camp. I could still close my eyes and throw him that slant. We've done it millions of times. You get a QB receiver connection like that, it's dynamite.
Flushed out of the pocket. Finds his man. It's Crab. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
3-3.
Offense in the hurry up here.
set.
Running for the marker on second. And he's dropped just short of marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches.
Here we go. Set.
They'll have the first down and even more. Touchdown, New England. The Patriots cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, Kate. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. Great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line.
Ready.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Let's go now. COVID-19. Warrior 70.
He's going to throw this one. Rolling left, buying some time. He doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. And rushing him out of the backfield left. They'll air it out on 3rd. Taking a shot deep here. It is caught at the 20. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets take a 13-point lead.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
That one right down the middle. And the Jets double their lead to 14. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. Return coming from the 6. Things going well so far. They're going to bring him down as he gets it to the 33.
1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Patriots lining up. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Hut.
Throwing now off the play action. Finds him on the crossing route. He's all the way across midfield down to inside that 45-yard line. A gain of 26 yards there. And the Patriots will have a 1st down. Offense in the hurry up here.
Watch out now. Ready.
That play straight ahead. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Caught quickly on the slant. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ready?
Pass play on 1st and 10. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Ready. Green 52. Ready?
Back to the air they go on 2nd down. Hits him on the out route. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Ready.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Here we go. Set. Set.
Right up the gut. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Hut, hut.
Back now, pressure coming. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. Kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it. It's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
Ready, set.
They'll try him inside. Gets him 3 yards as the stop is made here. And is this a spot we could see them go for? Let's find out.
A gain of 3 yards.
Shot. 17. Set, huh?
They'll throw for it. And this is going to be a New England touchdown. The Patriots shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. As this at the 6. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10.
Go. Hawk 70. Hawk.
They're going play action. This is complete. Downfield to Smith. Into the red zone. Touchdown, New York! The Jets take a 13-point lead. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. Return coming from the 6. And that's going to set them off just beyond their own 20.
Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line.
Let's go now. Fight. 60.
Airing it out to start this drive. Throwing the out route complete. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. Looking quickly here.
Patriots, 1st down.
10 cycles.
10 at the 35-yard line.
Rail. Yellow.
Trying to throw this from the gun. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
Wait. Here we go. Set.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Completed to his running back. And it doesn't get much, up to maybe their own 40. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Green Jack. Ready.
To the air on 3rd and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So they're left facing a 4th down.
You know, Kate, with the game that they put together, it's surprising to see them really run into any hiccups when they appear. They move the ball very well throughout, just unsuccessful on that 3rd down.
Smash. Red. 38. Hut.
They're going for this. He's got his man. This is Kraft. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48.
12 yards.
Wow, what a call. They wind up with 12 on 4th down. They pull off the conversion.
1st and 10.
A nice gain and a first down there, Brock, on a throw that most quarterbacks would have shied away from.
Now, tight ends, these guys, about the only position that can make that look routine, fending off a couple defenders, and it's really why, Kate, they're such valuable commodities.
Set.
Throwing from the gun. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And what a play to end our 3rd quarter as he gets out of bounds with a ton of yards to his name. A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. It's the Patriots with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry. Big play sets him up pretty here with 1st and goal from the 5.
Let's go. Set.
From the red zone on 1st. Makes the catch. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Working quickly here.
A 4-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and
Pause red. Set.
Sticking to the air here. Gone out wide. He's in for the New England touchdown. The Patriots now within 1 score in the 4th.
The kicker on for the point after.
All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
Ready.
Jets getting ready for this 1st and 10.
Bronco switch. Here we go. Check. Bobcat. Check. Cougar Knight. Ready.
Here's the one back on the handoff. He picks up 5 on that 1st down run, brings up 2nd down.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
38-yard line.
Viking 18. Panther 60. Panther 60. County Lions.
2nd down pass play coming. Catch is made near the edge. And this one only manages the yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
Here we go. 19 tight. 19 Lions.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hauled in left side. And the pass is stopped before it can get to the 1st. Great tackle there to bring up 4th down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down? This running back has had himself a day, but not on that play. Finally, a little bit of catharsis for everyone on that defense to keep him from the first and get a turnover, a much-needed turnover on downs.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set. Shotgun snap, they'll throw. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or will make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Ready. Set.
Looking for a pass on second and short. Dump-off caught by his back. And they're all over that screen. Brock didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
And he's going to be dropped with a big hit at the end of that. But the effort still sets him up with a first and goal.
On the double.
First down and 10 yards to go.
Set. Ready.
Now a give running right. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. He made it 6 on the play, bringing up second and 4.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, he got a nice little gain on the ground.
Only can get his yard here, bro. It's going to be third down.
Okay, this is going to be a fascinating call because defensively, you've stopped the run twice now, and I think you believe on that side, well, they got to put it in the air. But this is also where the offense could say, we got 2 more shots. Let's continue to pound the football. Can't wait to watch this one.
And it's incomplete on third and goal. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that brings up fourth and short. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock. But down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come.
And he scores. Touchdown, New England. The Patriots now trail by just a point in the 4th. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Got it. Ready.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. First and 10.
Get it. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Going from the gun here. Short pass caught by his massive hits. The ball's out. Scooped up by the Patriots. He won't have any room after that quick pass. Well covered by the defense. That play loses yards.
You know, we could go down on that field and ask any player about the first lessons they learned in the game of football, and almost every one of them, Kate's going to say the same thing. Ball security. I bet he could even hear his old high school coach's voice in his ears right now, telling him next time, you got to hang on to it better.
And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
26-yard line. A gain of 5.
set.
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5.
Let's go now. Hut.
Pass play coming here. Oh my goodness, it's intercepted! Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Jets take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Just how many times do these games at this level, Kate, come down to plays like this? In the end, you don't want to be the team making the mistakes. You want to be the one capitalizing on them. And now this offense has got a chance to do so.
That's great. Pass all 80. Go.
Lone back gets the handoff. Continuing to move past the 45. He takes it down to the 33.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. They get an even 10 on that play. And it's good for a New York first down.
Kate, I think I can even feel it up here in the booth. You feel this offensive line just gaining confidence. When you get chunk run after chunk run in this league, boy, those big guys say, feed the run game.
Back to throw. And into the end zone. Touchdown, New York. The Jets have taken the lead late. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal, but you do have to ask the question, do they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
Return coming from the 6. He's got a lead up past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40.
Hey, Kate, the best kick returners I was ever around, really at any level, they want this opportunity. They want their chance to help their team. They know they're down, but they also know that return, especially a good one like this, can set the offense up for success.
Short pass brought in. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the first down.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight end, they got that ball out in a hurry.
52, blaster, 6. Hut.
Here he is to throw. Throw left side, complete. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the first down.
These QBs make it look easy, but that requires such a large amount of body control when you throw it on the move. You got to be able to get the same accuracy you would if your feet are set. Sure takes a lot of repetition to make it look easy.
Yellow, set.
Here's a give on first and goal. He's dropped a big stop in a big moment there, Brock. They could not afford to lose yards there. Patriots trying to hustle everyone up to the line.
10. Claws red. Go red. Slice blue. Ready?
Setting up to pass. To the end zone, but incomplete. That play is going to force 3rd and goal. Ooh, sure looked like they were sitting on that slate, weren't they, Brock? If a route was going to beat them, it was not going to be that one.
Yeah, we see this route all the time, really at every level of football, because as a receiver, you just want to get inside that defender, and when you do, you hope to find that connection, but the contact knocked that sucker away.
And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Patriots trying to hustle everyone up to the line. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And a completion not in the cards on that 4th and goal. They passed on 3 points, and they'll wind up with none.
Result of the play.
Oh, there was so much good on that play. Right play call, good route, great throw, Kate. Just needed to make the catch. That's a situation you expect your guys to convert in every time.
The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10.
Ready?
Give now to the running back. He's fighting for it, but will not get there. They stall the run out, and that's a safety.
Kate, you could just feel it, right? Right off the snap, you just got that sense at the line of scrimmage. When those big guys defensively win it right off the jump, right at the line of scrimmage down here at the goal line, well, they've got a chance to put 2 points on their ledger. That's well done by those big boys defensively.
After surrendering the safety, they're out to boot it away. And this is going to be a touchback, Brock, so we'll see what they decide to do with the final seconds they've got left here.
First down. First and 10
Good
at the
field position for the
35-yard line.
Patriots as they get set for 1st and 10.
Set, ready.
They'll look to throw it. It's intercepted. That will do it. And the Jets make one final massive play, and that finishes the win. So it's a road win for the Jets. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building.